Z kraju do kraju, ze stadionu na stadion. Skądś już to znamy, ale ta historia jest unikalna. Matt Walker, 40-letni kibic Fulham, od lipca podróżuje po Europie i odhacza kolejne ligowe mecze. Plan jest prosty: odwiedzić wszystkie 55 państw stowarzyszonych w UEFA w ciągu jednego sezonu.
It was around about Christmas time in 2015, and I was thinking about how I could do something different in my life. So I thought maybe a football trip would be good, but I had to think of something that was a bit unique, a little bit different from what had been done before. Most of it started from the Guardian article, which was published in July earlier this year, and since then I've had media interest in over 25 of the countries that I've visited, included La Gazzetta dello Sport in Italy, GQ magazine in Portugal, and L'Equipe in France. I've also done an interview with Romanian television, and I'm due to appear on British television later in December. And actually I found it really useful because often the journalists are working for sports newspapers or sports television channels and know a lot about the broader situation of football within their country. When you speak to a fan, it's generally very much focused on their team and their passion, which is great, but it's sometimes nice to get that wider perspective. You can see I take notes during the game, and I was writing down the substitutions in the Armenian League because a lot of it isn't documented. And I noticed that one team had made 4 substitutions rather than the usual 3. And I checked with an Armenian journalist, and he said that the teams were allowed to make an additional substitution if the player coming onto the pitch was under 18. I thought that was quite a good rule because it gave young players some valuable experience in playing.
Jak dotąd Matt odwiedził 30 krajów. W poprzednim tygodniu w końcu zawitał do Polski. Derby Krakowa od początku podróży stanowiły ważny punkt na jego mapie.
I see that you're very good prepared. Tell us about your preparation before the game.
So I do prepare before I go to a country, but I do write notes of the last team lineup for each team. You can see Cracovia is here, and Wisla is here.
You know some players?
Well, my knowledge of the Polish league is quite low, but I do know Wasilewski because he won the Premier League with Leicester, and on the bench last time out was Thomas Chivka. My pronunciation might not quite be there, who I think was the bright hope of Polish football many years ago when he was at Wigan and Derby County. I guess Poland's an interesting league, maybe a bit like Denmark in that it's not one of the really big leagues in Europe, but then again we're not looking at football at the same level as Armenia, so I think often some of my best experiences have come from going to games which are not quite top division, not quite the best league in Europe, but a competitive level, and one where you get still a good atmosphere at the stadium. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
The game's felt quite English, really. There's been quite a lot of long balls played into the area from wide positions, a lot of free kicks as well. I think the atmosphere here has been one of the more lively atmospheres I've been to, along with perhaps Brøndby in Denmark and also Vardar in Montenegro. I think the stadium is quite similar to the one I went to in its feel inside at Den Haag in Holland, Netherlands.
Carlitos! No właśnie, to jest błąd techniczny Wilka.
I think for Wisla, the number 11 is Inaz. I think he's played well. He's took his 2 goals well. We could have had a hat-trick actually. He had one saved in the second half that would have made it 3. I think Carlitos has had a good second half. It's been hard to pick out a player from Cracovia, to be honest.
5 goli, gorąca atmosfera, ale też wydarzenia pozaboiskowe, które chluby derbom raczej nie przynoszą. Swoje wrażenia z Polski i pozostałych krajów Matt już jesienią opisze w specjalnej książce 55 Football Nations. Warto się temu projektowi przyglądać.